Those the
All of
visits.
them. Thank you.
Okay, so. To make sure I have this right, state moves to use the CDRs for, what's TZ's government name?
Joshua Taylor.
And the other person,
Harry Lockhart.
who's also referred to as Ham. Terry Lockhart?
Harry,
Harry.
Harry.
Is Ham PRE
I have no idea.
or?
I don't believe so. I've seen no evidence of that.
So Ham doesn't necessarily have an affiliation here.
Correct.
I was asking if Ham had an affiliation, PRE or CMG. No, nobody really knows. Okay, that's. Okay. So let's take them in reverse just because that's kind of how I looked at them. Ms. Taylor, what's the argument again for the court to allow in the CDRs for Harry Lockhart, also known as Snoop?
You're right. He was referenced in, well, his name was brought up as having communication with one of the co-conspirators, in
Which one?
Justin Johnson.
His name was brought up in text messages or?
No, his
testimony?
name was brought up in Browning's testimony on yesterday
Okay, as what? I mean,
as having, this was on July 27th. It was in reference to Justin texting him about talking to Juke, and it's also, I believe, relevant as to the text messages that defense has brought in referencing his name. They indicated that Joshua Taylor, Harry Lockhart, I'm sorry, all the names are starting to get confusing. Harry Lockhart was talking or was referenced in some of Justin's text messages in regards to maybe Justin doing the outside thing, outside of the conspiracy.
and you said specifically on July 27th,
Yes, Your Honor.
as we were going through text messages on yesterday?
No, he was brought up in Browning's testimony
Right,
in regards to July 27th.
so what I'm saying is that did we not see text messages yesterday from July 27th?
Just from Justin Johnson.
Well, that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about, so we're talking about Justin Johnson's communications with Harry Lockhart.
On yesterday is how Harry Lockhart became relevant. And it's also referenced in Justin Johnson's text message to, I think, another individual
About Harry Lockhart.
about Harry Lockhart.
Okay, so my question to you is that when Sergeant Browning was testifying yesterday going through his PowerPoint, was Harry Lockhart mentioned on the 27th? Since because you referenced the 27th,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Concentrate fire on the target. Enemy battleship sunk. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy submarine spotted. Attention, reporting the target position.
And you think it's relevant now, because I'm sure that's what your argument is going to be. I didn't necessarily get that from you. Is your argument that it's not relevant?
Yes, Your Honor, just like yesterday, it's just a passing reference in the text. There's no communication that we introduced to
Right.
him. And you suppressed that yesterday because that's the whole point.
I got that, and I agree with what I just read, that it is just passing here. Ms. Taylor just brought up another argument, but that it was brought up in Sergeant Browning's testimony yesterday, that there were conversations on text message from Justin Johnson to Harry Lockhart that she says is relevant because Harry Lockhart's name came up yesterday.
Right, it was on direct. They brought it up It just happens to be a passing thing on cross that we're doing a text message. You can white it out for all I care. I didn't need his name in there. I'm just giving you the text message because Justin Johnson was talking to somebody else and he says, oh, Ham is there too. That's essentially all that is to it. It wasn't relevant and direct when they talked about it yesterday. We didn't bring it up. We didn't emphasize it. We didn't do anything. I don't even know what Ham has to do with the price of tea in China.
But it's now in the text messages that you've entered.
His name,
That's
they,
that you highlighted some text messages, okay?
Right.
That says that you're making the argument that Justin Johnson was having individual conversations outside of Govan, Mr. Govan, about other issues, about
I'm not,
whatever they were talking about.
I'm not highlighting it.
No,
On direct,
you're highlighting,
well, it's in there, but
Yeah.
on direct, they brought it up. that Justin
and I
Johnson.
understand, but you've now highlighted it, and so, Ms. Taylor, what's your response that it's not relevant here, that it can be whited out as far as he's concerned?
Well, now they want it whited out. They didn't do that yesterday and they could have done that then. But also, Your Honor, I would, further state that there are communications between Mr. Govan and Mr. Lockhart during the time of this conspiracy, which I think is relevant. And if they're gonna bring it up that Justin, may have been doing some outside things, it's important for the jury to also know that Mr. Lockhart had communications with Mr. Govan.
Judge, they brought up the communication between Justin Johnson and Ham. They brought it up in their text message. It was already there. So when I'm crossing in with some of these other text messages, that guy's name is referenced. We didn't bring any other specific text messages between Ham and Justin Johnson. They brought it up. It wasn't relevant to them yesterday when they went through a very lengthy direct examination. It's one of their slides out there that says Justin Johnson talked to Ham. They brought it up. I didn't even ask the name Ham. I just read the text message like you instructed me to do and admitted this stuff. It has nothing to do with anything as far as that goes. They brought it up. And I'm just responding to that. It wasn't relevant in direct examination, but now it's relevant.
What's your response?
I reiterated that, the call records, they aren't coming in through another witness. These are self-authenticating documents that I feel are relevant to this trial, specifically to Mr. Govan. If their argument is gonna be, which they asserted several times yesterday, that Justin Johnson was going outside this and he was talking about Ham and referencing Ham and sending information about Juke to Ham, it's also relevant that Ham or Mr. Lockhart has communications with Govan. It's not outside of the scope of the conspiracy.
Your Honor, they're conflating the issues. They brought up the fact that Justin Johnson was talking to Ham on direct examination outside the scope of the conspiracy. My text messages don't have any communication with Ham. It's through somebody else. If they want to bring in the cheesy stuff, I agree. I put in a text between Justin Johnson and cheesy guy. It's the same argument we went through yesterday on chat. They brought up the text. Now she's making it seem like we somehow manufactured something out there. They brought up the text, indirect, that Ham communicated with Justin Johnson.
And I was under the impression that Ham was mentioned, and I'm looking at exhibit 26, that Ham was mentioned in this text message from Justin Johnson to Teasman, Joshua Taylor. I'm going to exclude that one. As to Harry Lockhart, also known as Ham. You cannot use those.
We have no objection to the teasing one, Your Honor, based on that argument.
Alright. So you can use the TZ Joshua Taylor CDR.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Not to let you go there.
Say it again.
Nothing for Mr. Govan.
I'm sorry. You want to put these there? All right, we ready to bring in the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your medical examiner here?
Yes, Your Honor.
I want to put her on.
Well, I will just say I have no further questions for Sergeant Brown.
Okay.
I don't know if he's here.
Yeah, he can be released and then bring in the medical examiner. And we'll just let the jury know that he's been released.
And the CDR with the self-authenticating document will be out there.
We'll put that, let's get the medical examiner in here and then we'll put that in.
Just finish the list, okay? Sure.
Yes. And you don't have that much to do that.
Okay, well, I didn't, sometimes I've got in there,
She probably got trash in over there too.
I've got a lot of ladies.
Yeah, so.
Sure, you. I got you. You're on, please, off your phone.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Jury's now in.
Good morning. Before we call our next witness, you should know that Sergeant Browning was excused, yesterday without any further questions. Call your next witness.
The state calls Dr. Juliet Scantlebury.
Stand right here, ma'am. Face you, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Have a seat. Thank you for your presence this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you state and spell your name for the record?
My name is Dr. Juliet Scantlebury, Juliette, Scantlebury, Scantlebury,
And where are you employed?
at University of Tennessee, at a West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center.
And what's your position?
I'm an assistant medical examiner,
How long have you been in that position?
6 years.
And what does your job consist of?
My job consists of performing medical legal autopsies to determine cause and manner of death in certain cases in this jurisdiction.
So I want to talk a little bit about your background. Could you tell the jury about your education?
Yes. So I completed a Bachelor of Science in Biology at Howard University. Then I completed my medical degree at Howard University College of Medicine. My anatomic and clinical pathology residency was at Washington University in St. Louis. And then my last training was in forensic pathology fellowship at St. Louis University.
And are you board certified?
I am.
And are you a licensed physician in Tennessee?
I am.
And could you tell the jury what is forensic pathology?
So forensic pathology is a specialized branch of medicine that examines deceased persons to determine the cause and manner of death in a medical legal approach.
So what does a forensic pathologist do?
So a forensic pathologist performs autopsies based on the jurisdiction that they're working in to determine the cause and manner of death for certain types of cases that are under our purview.
And what exactly is an autopsy?
So an autopsy is an extensive examination of a deceased person, have an external examination and internal examination of the body. So you look at everything from hair color, eye color, their body habitus, see if they have any scars, tattoos, that's external examination. And then the internal examination, depending on the level of autopsy, we'll look at all body cavities, we'll look at all organs to see if there's any fluid or any evidence of disease in any organs. And we also go ahead and look at the brain, and we take certain fluids to be able to test to determine by toxicology or histology to determine, and with all that together, we determine what most likely caused the death for a person if we do an autopsy.
So Dr. Scantlebury, are there different stages of an autopsy?
Yes.
And what are those stages?
Okay, autopsy itself is looking at the body, but starts from the investigation. So an investigator will give us the information, and the information we get from the investigator determine what type of autopsy we need to do. And if there's determined that a full autopsy needs to be performed, we might need x-rays, we do that first. Someone will help take all the clothing off, if there are any, take necessary pictures, necessary measurements of the body, the height, weight, and any other identifying characteristics on the body, and move on to the internal part, and that's where we'll make an incision to be open up the body cavity to see the internal cavity and see all the organs and any changes that might have happened that might be related to death or otherwise.
And have you performed an autopsy before?
I have.
About how many would you say?
Over 2,000, I stopped counting after that.
So could you explain to the jury, what does cause of death mean?
So cause of death is the immediate reason that led to a person's death. So it may have different ways of saying, so if it's natural, it will be what medical disease led to the person's death, or if there's some kind of injury that caused the person to no longer be alive.
And is that different from manner of death?
Yes.
How is it different?
So manner of death is the classification of that type of death it was. So it will be how you would want to classify the death. So there are 5 manners of death in this jurisdiction.
Were you born between 1980 and 1989? If so, you can get $250 to spend at McDonald's completely free. And I can tell you right now, this is going to upset a ton of people because we're giving away these $250 gift cards completely free to anyone who was born between 1980 and 1989. No need to enter credit card or pay anything. Just answer a few quick questions to get $250.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need with full business functionality and a design tailored just for you. Customize every element of your website and watch your vision come to life in minutes. Control everything from the biggest tasks to the finest details. Personalized, optimized, ready to go live.
At Capital Group, we design our actions to weather the ups and downs of the market, so they can be rooted at the core of a portfolio. They're meticulously crafted to endure. Capital Group, actively different, active ETFs.
I need to become a symbol.
Who's the man behind the mask?
Why so serious? Who are you? I'm Batman.
Mitchell presiding, you may be seated.
All right, before I bring the jury in, to the audience in particular, for either side, particularly family members, if you're gonna have difficulty controlling your emotions, I need for you to step out now. And outburst will not be tolerated. You can bring it through.
You ready, Your Honor?
Yes.
The jury is now entering into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez, Govan, count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Ma'am,
Court's in session.
ma'am, Ms. Johnson, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to thank you for your service this week. You've done exactly what the court asked you to do, which was to sit, listen to all the proof, and come to a decision. You are excused. Thank you.
Jury is excused. Thank you. Go ahead, John. Thank you. Court's still in session.
Mr. Hernandez Govan, a jury of your peers having found you not guilty of all charges, sir, you are free to go.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You may come out the record.
Court's in recess.
I need the judgment.
Yes, ma'am. Judge sheets.
I need judgment sheets as to each count. Get the clerk to help you do record. Yeah, but Mr. Your local counsel can help you do that. Mr. Dorn, I'm sorry, Mr. Dorn.
Norwegian Cruise Line sent a long notification.
Govan. No, Mercury did, but Judge said she don't want to know the family or any baseball video, so we have to take that look. Kevin said, like, we gotta take it there. Yeah. So, they were gonna make sure.
Oh, I was getting ready to, I was trying to get the, I was getting ready to fill them out.
He's trying to fill them out.
I'm trying to fill out. I didn't know that
You got the,
I'm computer illiterate. Here's the problem. Sorry. We're going to technology that suicide elevator is like.
I was trying to get it to pull up over there and I couldn't get it to pull up right.
is it messed up? The system messed up?
Hold on.
The application is on.
Oh, you got an
Yeah, that's why I pulled those out, because I couldn't get it, it wouldn't work when I tried to do it. 7116.
7116. 7116. Hey, son. Yeah, when I was trying to do it exactly, I get that. I couldn't even get it to fix it. What happened? Oh, but she's gonna print the actual computer one.
Oh, okay. It wouldn't print a
Yeah, it
second.
wasn't printing that.
I'm gonna just fill it out, man.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have. No, I think they just want signature.
Who's already yeah, or downstairs. Y'all need one for that one. I gotta get
I love it when the young one, we got it. I've been representing this boy since he was in his 20s. Do you think they listen to me? Well, no, people don't. See, all of this.
Manny, Manny, Aurora, Arora.
You should have seen holes I got when Tyree Nichols was killed.
Obviously, this is what you hope for. What do you tell us? I think in my cynical side, I was just concerned, but thankfully the jurors listened. They saw the holes in the case. I'm so happy for our client who'd have to go through this for years.
What do you think the turning point was in the whole case?
I think you get in bed with dogs, you get fleas, and a half-baked investigation that should have been done all the way through. If I could find all the holes in the case after 4 years of police investigations, you darn well know they could have. And I frankly think they shaded things, did whatever they had to do politically to make this a case, and they didn't actually go after the real perpetrators. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I just gotta do the jury stuff first, and I'll have to.
Okay.
Just have me sign them and I'll get her to sign them back there.
Okay, handle that.
Yeah.
The second page on each one. I was gonna say there's two judgments handled.
Okay.
You sign, you're signing where you're signing now.
Man.
But if it's okay. Okay.
Alrighty. It was nice to meet you. Hang out this week.
It's nice to see you.
Excuse me for about 10 minutes. Ours?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, give it your, start with that. All right.
Coming?
Right here.
Right here.
Hold on, let me get my shot set. Right, so, great outcome. What do you have to say about it?
I just want to say thank you to my attorneys, Manny, Robert, Haley, Bill, Handel, my private investigators, everybody for helping me. I didn't have the resources to necessarily, cover everything, and Manny still helped me, and he knew I was innocent. Everybody around me knew I was innocent. I just want to say thank you to the jurors for getting this right and getting my life back.
And that's the main thing. What was it like during the trial? At what point did you think, hey, wait a minute, I think I have a chance?
Well, I knew I had a chance from the beginning because I knew in my heart I was innocent. And so, it was times during the trial, of course, you get some frustrations and stuff here and there, but overall, I knew my innocence would prevail.
And how do we do prepping and everything? Everything good was planned for you too as well?
Well, it's trial. You never know what's going to happen. All you can do is prepare the most you can. There were a lot of sleepless nights and countless hours of preparation for the last, year and a half.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the elbow grease that the team put into this, and with the help of him too, he was an incredibly helpful client. But you just never know what's going to happen in trial or what the jury's going to think. So until closings, pins and needles.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I just want to say thank you to my family and the few friends that stuck close by me during this process and knew that I was innocent as well. And they didn't shy away from me. So I just want to thank them.
I'm sorry if you already answered, but when you heard those 5 words, you are free to go. Just that reaction.
You want to know how I felt?
Absolutely.
It's hard to explain the feeling of knowing you got your life back. And it's one of the best feelings I ever experienced. And I'm just happy to be free.
How much of a weight is this, lifted off of your shoulders after hearing not guilty, not guilty?
It's a huge weight, I was fighting more so for my son. I have an autistic son, so that's that's what my fight was mainly for.
I saw you looking.
What was going through your mind when you heard the attorneys and you heard them say not guilty? What were you thinking then?
I was just thanking God, just praising God, because without Him, I don't even know if I would have made it this far. Yeah, He gave me the strength.
What was that feeling this morning when you got up? Was there a feeling of nervousness? Because Mr. Manny over here it was like he was lighthearted today. So did that sort of rub off? Because energy is contagious. Did it rub off?
Well, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, of course I was nervous waking up. But when I made it to my attorneys, of course that all goes out the window because they're always positive and confident. So, it was a big help having them.
You talked a lot about your son. I sat at the very back row this whole time, but I saw you constantly looking back at your family. How important was it to look back, see your family here throughout the entire trial?
Hey, Mr. Govan, sorry guys, the judge has requested we don't do interviews in the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
We'll catch you all outside then.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. We rolled on it back in the day. Thank you. Okay. Even if we don't get him,
him, that's fine, because we got that from inside. So happy right now. He's talking to everybody. I'm sure. Like his lawyer had to say, okay, you can stop talking now. Like you say, like, I can't believe they let me go. Right. When I was caught on video. You know, you're so excited, you just saying anything. Oh, shell casings. I might end up sounding like South Gate. You know what? I would still just be, I would definitely be on standby because we can always do we have team coverage and there could be another angle. Sarah would love that. So we can, if you want to if you even want to message her, I mean, literally, it's like I can do nuts and bolts. And then you can even talk about, if you look at like a clip of maybe Govan, and you can just talk about, we're hearing from him for the first time. This has been years in the making. So that could be one angle. But reach out to Sarah, new producer, cable. I'll send you your number. I'm sorry, Sarah. She doesn't know. So reach out to Sarah and just ask if she wants a quick team coverage. So I do nuts and bolts quickly, and then you can talk about just the fact that we are hearing from Govan for the first time. That would be a really good side. Sorry. See, he confuses.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Oh, I thought you were talking to. Did you reach out to Sarah? I sent it to you. Oh, yeah, I sent it to you. Yeah, anytime you can beef up team coverage, I think it's a win-win. Absolutely. Do you guys have a live? You have a live view? Is this yours? If not, I can just do almost like where you come in, kind of hand off. So you tell me whatever you have. This is yours. Ours. Okay. Cool.
Trying to get him. I don't want him to be in the shop when he comes out the door. No, I need you for the they come out the door. Not you. Step up here, bro. Yes, and even bringing possibly bringing all their girlfriends as well, because the girlfriend that testament events show your play the initial interview that she said one thing and testified to another. Understand why when they said that he received money and there was exchange, money was exchanged hand in hand, also through another that the first that right there down the part of the money down, so communication and what was initially told to us. Let's say
As soon as that judge said, she literally said those 5 words, "You are free to go." Thank you, Your Honor. I'm really hoping we can cut that. He is chatty. I mean, Govan.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Whichever one. What is she asking? I think a lot of times we just kind of go like, if she wants to do a triple box even, perhaps, and she can have Jarita, the anchors, just because it just, to me, it beefs it up more. But it's whatever. But if she did a triple box, I can toss to them, and then they can do a quick, like 1 or 2 lines of, we have some coverage. We're making sure you stay in the know. In fact, Brian Dicklake has, reaction. The first words we're hearing from Govan or something like that. So I think a triple box where I sig out, anchors take it, and then they reiterate that we have this covered from every angle. They toss to you. They like it. was trying to, sometimes, you know, when it's, you know, in the chaos and like, I was trying to find something to just, to like do a static shot with, like boom, or that gnat.
I, I just want to say this shit is crazy. This is bullshit. I know them other two guys salty as fuck. I know they mad than a motherfucker right now. Especially if he was really a part of this shit. But that's what they get. Cause bro, this right here opens up the rabbit hole when it comes down to did this man have something to do with his brother getting gone? Because if you think about it, if the brother get out the way, could blame it all on the dead man. That's crazy. Put it all on the dead man. What y'all think, man? What the fuck? What y'all think? This shit is nuts. I'm trying to roll up, man, because they play my boy Dolph, man. I mean, yeah, they got the niggas who did the shooting. You know what I'm saying? But we know it was bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Them boys just saying go off and say we just finna kill Dolph. You know what I'm saying? They had to have some money. You know what I'm saying? Getting offered to them. They just sent themselves clean the fuck off. Them niggas sent them off, and like I say, the only way to sit back and secure a win like this, you would have had to kill the brother. They would have had to get the brother out the way. And they put it all on him. Damn. That shit different. Now that's different. That is different. For real. My nigga got it. You a motherfucker, boy. Y'all must have knew that this man wasn't finna get for real. Y'all, somebody knew something. The way they played this shit out. God, if you didn't do nothing to your brother, motherfuckers really don't think you did. Because this shit different. I gotta see what the fuck the news talking about. Because let's get to the news, y'all. This shit crazy.
Govan trial, accused of being the mastermind in the death of rapper Young Dolph, a Illinois, Chicago-based rapper who was killed in 2021 in a hail of gunfire. A jury has come to a decision in this case. Let's go in and see what the verdict is.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez, Govan, count 1. We, the jury, found the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 2. We, the jury, found the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment. Ma'am?
Court's in session.
Ma'am? Ms. Johnson, is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Is this your verdict? Is this your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want to thank you for your service this week. You've done exactly what the court asked you to do, which was to sit, listen to all the proof, and come to a decision. You are excused.
Jury is excused. Thank you.
Excuse me?
Go ahead, John. Court still in session.
Mr. Hernandez Govan, the jury of your peers have found you.
Okay, there you have it. Not guilty. Hernandez Govan, alleged mastermind in the murder of Young Dolph, a rapper who was in Memphis, Tennessee at a cookie shop and was gunned down in a hail of gunfire back in November of 2021. His defense in the closing argument told the jury that the district attorney in this case should be embarrassed for even bringing this case to them. And it appears as though, as you see the celebration continue inside the courtroom, that the jury went along with that defense argument, coming back with not guilties on both of the top 2 charges. Mr. Govan will be going home as he thumps his chest at his family in the background, presumably, or supporters. You can see that huge relief from everyone on the defense team, including the defendant. Madeline Somerville is with us, and there's nothing like a verdict. There's so much on the line. People's freedom, and in this case, it worked out well for the defendant, and the jury just didn't believe that the state had the case. And the judge said it. You did what you're supposed to do. You came here and you listened and decided. And that's the system.
Yeah, that's the system. And sometimes things work out the way that they should. And I, as a jury consultant, think that they do most of the time work out the way they should. I think whenever there's a conspiracy in any case, it's extremely difficult to prove motive, because you can say this person didn't like, you know, the decedent, they had a contentious relationship with him, but that doesn't mean that they killed him. And I think you and I have talked about this before, where we said, you know, they're not allowed to say in closing argument, think about what you would do in this situation, but all the jurors all do anyways. And I think in this situation, they thought, well, if I were in this man's shoes, there's no way that I would think that it was fair to convict me. So I think the right outcome happened here today.
Yeah, well, it was reasonable doubt. And this case was going to be difficult from the very beginning. A conspiracy case always is, because it isn't this guy shot it, here's the fingerprints, here's the cell phone data, here's the video of it. Here, you know, some of these cases that we watch are overwhelming in terms of proof. This seemed to be riddled with reasonable doubt. And I have no doubt that the prosecution came here on good faith, thinking that this man absolutely was the mastermind behind this murder. But sometimes when you don't have it and you roll the dice, you lose.
You know, there's a line that one of the attorneys said in closing arguments that I've actually heard my colleagues use before that's very effective, which was, this attorney thinks you're stupid. They think you're stupid. And it's very effective because people's ears perk up, first of all, when you hear the word stupid. And it's almost like you're on defense and you start thinking, okay, maybe I need to reconsider whatever that was. Your attention just zooms in really quick and you start thinking about whatever it is that's being delivered to you next. So it was a very effective way of communicating.
Yeah, we've seen versions of that a lot. Good defense attorneys, good attorneys use it. Don't be fooled. They're trying to, and you're the last chance. It's up to you to hold up.
Right.
It's a great country of ours, reasonable doubt, and theirs. All right, let's switch gear. There you see, they're still celebrating. There's the obligatory selfie. Will be on the law firm website.
And okay, hey y'all. I decided to get on today. It's been a minute just because my emotions and just my thoughts have just been obviously just so all over the place. Just a lot of different emotions from everything that I've experienced. And like I've been trying to make sense of so much, right? I've been trying to make sense of like just where we are in the times, like in terms of like everything just seeming so hateful, like from police brutality to like non-black on white crimes. But then like I had to face a tragedy within my own like household, or not household, but my family dynamic. And we experienced black on black crime. And for me, that was like something else. It's like we getting all of this hate from all over, from all of these
Man, they
different
took that
areas.
boy away from his
And then we
family for
give that
nothing.
same hate to our own people within our own community, right? And it's messed up because it's like I'm seeing these protests going on as I'm mourning and grieving my brother's loss, and I'm just like, man, like we shouting loud. We're fighting hard for our voices to be heard,
They
for
took that boy
non-black
away
people
from
to
his family
respect us
for
and
nothing,
to
man.
realize and acknowledge lives matter, because
The
I
man
do
lost
believe
his life for some bullshit. For some bullshit. Everybody got families they got to go back home to at the end of the day, man. That boy lost his life over some bullshit.
who's been murdered or, what I'm saying, attacked by a non-black person. And although I know I'm not trying to diminish the value of, us experiencing police hate crimes and, police brutality, that's diminishing that, but it's just still very hurtful to me that even once we get a conviction or we get bills to be put in place to where non-black people have to value our lives, what about what remains within our own communities where we don't value each other? And so it breaks my heart, because literally my heart is broken because I lost such an important person to me due to a senseless crime, and it was his Black brother. Like they even discussed. My brother even tried to be like, look, we're gonna be responsible men. Wasn't good enough. It's just death over honor, like literally that's the code that people live by. And especially within our community, and we hurt each other time and time again. And I'm just like, what are we gonna do about that? Like, I've never experienced this type of pain before, but I know it's so many people that they've experienced this, and I'm just like, what can be done? Literally, I was just watching, a news clipping where someone pulled in front of a house and let off like 70 rounds, right? And I get that it's all type of backstories and reasonings behind, but really, like, man, it should not be no reason like for you to bring so much havoc, wreak so much havoc on someone else. And take lives, like, without even thinking about everybody else that's associated and attached to these lives and what it will do for them. And like, it's so much of that. And it's like a vicious cycle. You hurt my family, I'm hurt yours. I hurt your family, you're gonna hurt mine. And it just keeps going. And it's like, what are we gonna do to combat that? What are we gonna do to end that? How can we protest against that? How can we shame the people within our community to like the most utmost way of shaming someone? I don't know like what to do, but putting our heads together, like, when are we going to come and put our heads together to figure out what can be done? And that's where my head has been. And I've just been silent because it's like, I don't want to come off like, oh, my hurt is bigger than, everybody else's hurt or anything like that. But it's just like, my hurt is real. I got to acknowledge it. And this is like, I really wonder, like, what are we gonna do? Like, I'm literally stuck in this place where I'm realizing, like, we don't value our own lives. Like, I was robbed, like, about 2007, I was robbed at gunpoint in Detroit. And two Black men, like, they robbed me at gunpoint, right? It was during the holidays. And it was like, they didn't look at me like I was their sister, like I could be, you know what I'm saying, they little cousin, like nothing. Yeah, like they literally could have taken my life. And then it's just like, this happened to my brother, and I literally had gas in an area that wasn't like, it was just a lot of activity, a lot of loud, like just a lot of commotion going on, right? And I literally felt so unsafe. Like, it was like the engines was revving real hard and people hanging out the window saying stuff, and I got so nervous, so much anxiety. I was scared. Like, I'm a Black woman and I'm in thing of value. My life could not matter. In like a blink of an eye, and that's scary to people, because my own people will literally draw blood, like take my life and not think shit about me. And I understand that why. I understand that it's a system that created us to be so against one another, but we got to break that system too. Like, we have to. It's a system that's been created for everything that we endure as Black people, but we got to break those systems. Just as we want them to break their systems and the way that they deal with us and the way that they can abuse us and handle us like police, I feel like that's the system that we're trying to go against. I feel like it should be another system that we should be tackling. And it should be the system that keeps us pitted against one another, and that system that fuels us to stay pitted against one another and looking at each other like we each other's enemy. It's like we just hate, we look at the other person that looks so much like us and we hate ourselves so much that we spew out that hate, and we do so much damage. We create so much hurt within the lives of others. That system needs to be broken, man. Like, it really does. And I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the answers. But I do know we as the Black community that we need to come together in solidarity like we were able to get so many other people to join our movement and come and become us. We need to come together as a Black community in solidarity, and we need to stress to one another and get our people on board to like our Black lives matter to one another. Like our Black lives matter. You my sister, you my brother. You could be my grandma, you could be my mom. Like you could be so many people in my life that matter. Like our lives matter. And that's just what I want our people to kind of consider and take into just think about. Just simmer on. It don't have to be no dispute. We don't got to go back and forth. It's not meant to be controversial. As controversial as the topic is, I'm not bringing it to be controversial to go in a debate of the whys and everything like that. I'm acknowledging that a problem still exists, and I'm saying that some way can figure out a solution, because I don't wish this type of hurt on my worst enemy, and I don't even have enemies. I can't even say that I have a genuine enemy because I don't have that much hate in my heart to really give somebody that much power over me to say they're my enemy. But if I had one, the hurt that I feel, the hurt that my family feels, I don't wish that on that person, because it's unreal, you know, and you won't even understand it until you experience it. And I hope that nobody else has to experience it, because it's just a hurt that's not even worth feeling. So I just had to get on here and just say that. The last thing I wanted to say is that I have been notified that the guy who assaulted my brother, he is in police's custody. So I am super about that. But this guy was found hiding behind a furnace in somebody's upstairs attic. And my thing is this, like, you do such a bold crime, and then you turn around and you're hiding. You're so cowardly that you're hiding, trying to just save your life. Took somebody else's life, but you're hiding behind a dang on furnace, man. Ridiculous. That's senseless. That's ridiculous. That's selfish. That's just, man, like I'm speechless from that. So on one side, my family is elated that, you know, this won't be a cold case, but at the same time, it's two families being affected. One, because one is about to be behind bars. One, because a life was taken that can never be replaced. It's like we got a victory. Yeah, that person was picked up there in police custody, but on the flip side of that, that won't even bring back our brother, a husband, a son, a father. Like that opportunity is not here anymore, and it's hurtful. And so I just have to get on here and just speak my piece, because I've been wanting to speak, but literally I couldn't even form my thoughts for so long because they were so overwhelming. So thank you for all of your prayers. Thank you for all of your support. The finances are all sorted out, that they can have a peace of mind that, hey, you know, you are being supported. It's okay. You know, like you don't have to just worry about just trying to keep the business afloat so hard that you forgetting to like cry, you know, like you got to mask everything, you know, like I want my family to be able to allow a little time to breathe, a little cushion to be able to breathe. And that's why I'm asking for your support, because they deserve that. They didn't deserve this situation. And I'm praying for the healing of the world. I really am. That's my prayer, to heal this wicked, vicious, vile world. So thanks.
They never believed in me. They never saw
Shit.